I was talking to this lady the other day, and I was looking for support. And what happens when we talk to people about our personal business, we sometimes get advice that we don't want, that we didn't ask for. And so some people don't realize that, I'm realizing this every day, is that I don't need to give advice when somebody comes to me and talks to me unless they ask. But what people don't realize is that when you tell somebody your personal business, they think that you want their advice. So I was talking to this lady the other day, very personal, somebody who I have a lot of respect for, but she was saying, I think you should do this, this, and this. And so, you got to be careful giving people advice, because they need to decide. It's their life. They need to decide what to do themselves. Sometimes people just need a listening ear, a supportive ear. And so what I think about is, we got to be careful giving advice, because we don't know the whole story. We don't know what this person has had to go through to get to this point. And so we can't give advice on something that we just have a limited amount of information. And two, we cannot just be worried about living our lives based on what other people are going to think or feel, because this is my life, right? And I should be able to do what I want. Just like this is your life, you ought to do what you want, regardless of what people are going to say or think or feel, because people are going to say and think and feel anyway, no matter what. And so it's just, to me, it just kind of made me think about, we got to make sure that we're living our lives doing what's best for us and not what's best for the people around us or what people are going to say or whatever, because people are going to have something to say anyway. It's just, we got to make sure that we're not living our lives for somebody else, or because of somebody else, or because of what somebody's going to say, or what somebody else is going to think, or somebody. Because the truth of the matter is, you don't really know. You don't know what they're going to think or feel. But why should you give up your whole life because you want to please one person or two or whatever? You want to please these people who, if they really love you, they ought to support you regardless of what your decision is. So enough of that. Anyway, we shouldn't talk about things we don't know, and we should not give advice unless we ask. Are you talking to me because you want me to give you advice? Or are you talking to me because you just need somebody to listen and with a supportive ear? That's it. We got to ask. We got to ask. The most important question is, why are you, I want to hear what you have to say. I want to support you. But what is this conversation about for me on my end? Do you just want me to listen, or do you want my advice? Because sometimes people don't want your advice. They just want you to listen. Important to know the difference.